Hey, I'm Jay Beershank. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're going to be here for another edition of high-paying international jobs. This is a playlist and a set of videos where I talk about different high-paying jobs all around the world and how you can kind of instrument a lifestyle design around contract jobs. And today we're going to begin talking about how I got my first commercial fishing job. Commercial fishing is a job I've only done in the United States. So I will only be talking about Alaska commercial fishing. I also know a good amount of fishing off the West Coast, but I will not be talking about commercial fishing in other countries, even though it is possible to do this, okay? And the best way for you to be able to get those jobs overseas or wherever you may be, not in the United States, is to have experience commercial fishing. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult of a route for someone that's not from the US or from Canada or from a country that's eligible to work in the US, because you will have to navigate visas, okay? But how I got my first commercial fishing job was incredibly simple. Commercial fishing is an industry that is completely hired basically online unless you know someone. It's hired either online for new recruits or word of mouth. So once you're in the industry and you know people, then you can get much higher paying jobs on better boats. But if you want to just get your foot in the door, and you may get a good boat or you may get a bad boat, going onto Facebook groups is actually how I got my first one. I got it very quickly. I applied to about 10 boats in one day through a Facebook group. I'll post the Facebook group here. There's many, I'll post a couple. But anyway, I applied to about 10 boats. This particular type of commercial fishing was called gill netting. This is where there's a very long 300-meter net, I believe, put out into the water, and you drag this net along and the fish go into the net. It's salmon. The salmon go into the net and then their gills get caught. That's why it's called gill netting, and they cannot escape, okay? Their belly cannot go through and their gills don't let them come back. So then this net gets filled with salmon. Okay, and then you bring back in the net with a drum, basically. And then what the role that I had was I was on the deck, I was crew, and what this meant that as a deckhand, when the net came in, I had to pick the fish out, and then I have to get the net ready to put it back out and take it back in, and then unload the fish that we're storing in the hatches on the deck of the boat, okay? So this is a really good opportunity because, like I said, it's so incredibly easy to get into, and I'll talk about pay, what I made and things like that later. But I will tell you that having a $30,000 USD month is not crazy. Having a $50,000 USD month is not unheard of, and on a good year, you can even make anywhere around $60,000+ in a month. So this is one where the money is not guaranteed because it depends on not only the agreement and the contract you have with your captain in terms of the percentage of the total catch and the payment for that catch you're getting. So it's done on a percentage basis. Each of the crew members will negotiate a percentage of the total payout of the boat. So you can negotiate a low percentage and you may make less than the other people on your boat, or you can negotiate a highest percentage and you make more. But it's also conditional on the price of the fish that particular year. One of the years I went up, I got screwed on this because the price was very low. And if the price is low, you can catch a lot of fish, but still not make a lot of money. And also, the amount of fish you catch is conditional. So it's on 3 conditions: the percentage in which you agree your captain with, the amount of fish your boat actually catches, and then the price per pound of the fish that year, okay? We're talking sockeye salmon in the sense of gill netting. And then also I've done seining. Seining is another type of fishing where you basically have a large round net that's taken out by a small boat, and it wraps around and then connects to the main boat. And then that net is cinched from the bottom up with a crane that's on the back of the boat. And then in this ball here that's been cinched is tons of fish, okay? I can't remember what these fish are called, but you get chums and you get other small salmon, and these salmon are used for things that are not for human consumption, okay? And same with seining. I'll pop up boom, boom here and here. There are also Facebook groups. That's how I got my seining job. I literally got my seining job while I was on my gill netting boat. They had Starlink, I had Wi-Fi. Every night I tried my best because this is a very hard job. I'm gonna talk about the lifestyle later, but you don't have time. But anyway, I would spend 5 to 10 minutes and I'd reach out on Facebook to seiners, and I actually got a seining job while I was on my gillnetter. I finished my gillnetter contract and went straight onto the seiner, okay? So getting these jobs is incredibly easy, okay? I'm telling you, it's incredibly easy. It has an enormous payout, a potential payout, but it also is very high risk because you do not know how much you're going to make. And out of all the jobs that I'm going to talk about in this section and in this playlist, it is definitely the one that I think is absolutely the hardest, the most physically, mentally, and spiritually draining. It can be very exhausting. You work very long hours. The work can be dangerous. You're tired. You have to stay alert or you can seriously injure yourself. And you're working in close proximity with other people. You have to deal with, the social situation going on there. So it's a very, very difficult job, okay, for some people. Some people really thrive and really love it, but that does not take away the fact that it's dangerous, okay? You can love it, but you still have to be on point or you can hurt yourself. So this job is probably the easiest job to get into out of all the jobs I will talk about, because literally you just have to apply on a Facebook group to a captain and you call them, and unless they think you're a total B-word, then they will let you come on the boat and they'll try you out, okay? Once you get there, then you got to realize quickly, like, okay, you're on a commercial fishing boat and it's real, and you got to strap in and do the work and learn how to do it, okay? It's not insanely complex, but there are certain things, certain aspects of it that can be challenging. The physical part, things like, I was never very good at mending net. This is like where you kind of have to fix the net by kind of sewing it together. I was never very, very good at that. But anyway, like I said, highest potential payout, highest risk, but definitely the easiest to get into, okay? So my first commercial fishing job I got through Facebook groups. Again, I will pop up the Facebook groups here. And going forward, I will post some more videos about the lifestyle on the boat, the pay that I made, and the different other kinds of commercial fishing jobs you can get, because you can also get jobs on tenders and things like that, which is a completely different type of commercial fishing job than working as a deckhand, okay? And if you're interested in all this stuff, I'm putting these videos out on YouTube so that I can help people see that I am going to start a school group. School is an online paid community. In this school group, I will not only hold people's hands to get any kind of high-paying international job, I will also then implement other videos and other sort of courses and aspects to help people then use the money that they make from these high-paying jobs to trade or make long-term investments or invest in certain things that are going to set up long-term wealth strategies. And if you're not interested in utilizing your money in that way, I've also traveled full-time for the past decade. So another aspect will be, once you make the money, I can show you how to use the money to travel long-term and have a meaningful experience, either using that money or even traveling for extremely cheap and saving that money while still getting a very amazing experience. So if those interest you, then you can follow the link in the description, fill it out, get on the email list. I will launch that school group in about a month, okay? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.